Do you understand? Do you understand?
Crazy.
It done blew up.
But we here. We here.
Yeah, yeah.
And how y'all doing, beautiful people? It's your host, Drake, B. Drake with Everything Culture, the podcast for all cultures, the podcast with a purpose. Our mission statement comes from the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., which are, he believed that men hate each other because they fear each other. They fear each other because they don't know each other. They don't know each other because of segregation. And because of segregation, we have miscommunication. So we created this podcast on the pillars of respect, communication, and consistency so we can get to know each other, so we can love one another. Thank y'all for joining in. Thank y'all for being here for the conversation. We meet every Sunday. Happy New Year. Today is the last day y'all gonna hear me saying Happy New Year. So enjoy it. Okay. Make it the best. I always tell people you get 7 days of Happy New Year's. After that, you missed it. Okay. Go for it. But I'm hoping y'all having a great day. So today, of course, we have Jaya, we have T, Jolie, and we have Miss Cat Eyes. Miss Cat Eyes been here before, but we're happy that she took a little bit more time for her busy schedule to come be with us and be a part of the conversation. Um, and tonight we are sipping. Okay, we are sipping some Crown Royal Black. Okay, a couple shots of that.
Oh,
And I saw this, and I'm
sexy.
like, I don't. This is kind of new. Never seen it before. Hold on, focus in. Dr. Pepper,
Mm-mm.
strawberries and cream. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I tried that before.
It's a unique
Mm-mm.
taste. I think the crown is like overbearing a little bit and it's taking over for the strawberries and cream side. But we're gonna keep it moving, baby. Let me tell you that. We ain't gonna stop it. We just go take it to the head. But woo, okay. So, how y'all week, man? How y'all doing?
Mm, pretty good.
Easy.
Busy,
Yeah.
pretty good. Okay, okay, okay.
Been pretty good, minus some. They not even monkey wrenches, because monkey wrenches I can just be like, oh wow, and move on. These is deliberate, pissing me off. People,
Mm, people make me angry.
well, people and comments.
Mhm.
Comments. Ooh, I can understand. I can relate to that. I'll tell you that, but you just got to keep moving. Make every day
Don't
a
feed the
great day.
trolls, baby.
Oh,
I am.
trust me, they gonna be here. They gonna be here. They gonna be here. When
Uh,
you in it,
They
when you dealing with
automatically
life,
gonna
they
be
gonna be
here because I'm related to the person that made the comment. Well, the comment.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
So yeah, that have to be a after we stream conversation.
Uh-huh.
We'll pull it back. We'll pull it back. So, so I said I haven't did my video talking about the color purple.
oh,
Y'all know I'm gonna have to chop it up. Y'all know I'm gonna have to set the
yeah.
scene for
I
that
saw
later.
you finally watched it. I
Yeah,
watched that video. It was like you finally were going to watch it. You was waiting till you got better. And you see
I'm
what I was
still,
talking about? It was just like it was good, but
yeah, it was real good. So I have to look at it from a different scope, not as a person who read the book and things. I just have to look at it
Right.
from someone that like it's just a new concept of the story. So I do find it fascinating, and I know Christian and I will be discussing it later on after this
Nice.
with Cinephile Culture. But I am going to do. People have been hitting me up left and right on TikTok, like, "What do you think? What are your thoughts?" And I'm like, and I've been busy, y'all. I've been every day has been
Mhm.
a jam packed day, but I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna get to it, and I'm gonna get to my CPS stories too. I finally got a wig that I gotta use for my one of I gotta like the scenery that is I gotta paint it out. If you remember my
Okay.
CPS stories, I'm
Yeah.
very elaborate on story.
Yeah.
And like it's the one where this little kid slapped his caregiver and I'm gonna make it seem
Uh-uh.
like his like slapped the wig off of it because he yeah. And once again,
Wow.
people feel the way they want to feel, but it happened.
Mhm.
It happened. And trust me, it's going to be a lot of feedback. And that's going to be kicking back off where I'm, be more consistent on telling the child welfare stories. Because I'm at that point, if you mean keeping up, I'm almost done I'm basically leaving CPS. I already done turned in my 2 weeks notice and I'm doing my goodbye visits to the kids and the families. But
Okay.
Hmm.
with
Yeah.
that, Yeah, so these are things to put forth. Doing some went a going away party for my homegirl, Brittany, one of my previous volunteers. Um, Happy to see people moving out of country, moving to New Zealand for work. That is
Yes,
really
Lord.
good. Um, Spending time with some of my close family friends. I call him, my Uncle Larry. He's been on the show. Shout out to Uncle Larry. He'd like to start his own podcast, so I'm gonna be assisting him with that. And
Okay.
I know, be at the age of 74 and going for,
Come
Oh,
on,
and
Uncle Larry.
full of wisdom, full of wisdom. Let me tell you
yeah.
that. He's a minister, a doctor, a doctor of education and law. So I'm
Okay.
excited for that. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for him, and for me just to have the opportunity to, help, educate somebody else that has educated me and helped me out in life. So I'm happy for that. Um, what else? Just getting this house together. Like this house is, immaculate. I would say that. I love it. Shout out to Mrs. Culture and putting it together. Like she has a true creative eye for decorating. I do not.
Mhm.
Okay.
So I value what she's putting into this home. Oh Lord.
Pinky.
Hey Pinky. But man, a lot of stuff been going on this week. This is Sunday when we come together and we just talk about not, the serious stuff all the time, but even I allow a little gossip going in and what's going on in pop culture. And something that's been shaking the internet left and right is the conversation between Shannon Sharp and Cat Williams. Okay. And I'm a fan of both, but I'm also a fan of a lot of other folks too. Like I love comedy. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Me
can't always
too.
show I like
Me
dark
too.
comedy too. All right. That, once again, I would say my top 5 comedians is hands down would be Dave Chappelle,
Okay.
Bernie Mac.
Okay.
I have to go with Robin Harris, Patrice O'Neal. This is stand up, by the way.
Okay.
And who's someone that definitely will make me laugh? Will be top 5. And did I say Kevin Hart?
No,
Okay, and Kevin Hart.
Mm-mm.
And
I
I
think
tell
you
people
missed DL Hughley.
he ain't in my top 5. He ain't in my top
What?
5. Deal in my top 5 stand up. Nah. Hey, because I always
Okay.
explain. I don't not once again. I don't not. Hey, Pinky. I don't knock other people for liking DL. DL's stand up was more like if he didn't have an audience, he wouldn't be as funny. Am I making sense? Because he have to roast people. If you remember
Oh, okay.
DL,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
he didn't have somebody to talk about, it wasn't going to be a lot of material that he's coming out
Okay.
for. So,
Right.
like for instance, I could put even Eddie up there. And the reason why I like Kevin Hart is because once again, I used to see Kevin Hart when he was just like at tickets $20 to go see him and
Yep.
things. And I related to what he said. That's another thing. And I peep gang because what comedians and their style going forward. Some talk about like Eddie Griffin and Cat Williams. They're gonna talk about conspiracy theories. They're gonna talk a lot about politics. They're gonna talk a lot about from just they're really homegrown to the black community. That is their fan base. And they are
Yeah.
going to push on their fan base a certain type. Not Cat, but Kevin Hart, he's going to speak about what he relates to life. Like,
Yeah.
for instance, when he was coming up broke, didn't have like his comedian, he talked about things that I'm more related to. More he became bigger, he talked about things he was now relating to. When he talking about that brick oven conversation, a lot of black people, it's like a lot of people ain't gonna understand that.
Yeah.
I've been in conversations like that, but I don't be in conversations like that all the time. But I know he's going to a point that he's not reaching people he may reach before. All right.
Okay.
Like Robin Harris and DL Hughley go hand in hand. Because Robin Harris, he got some jokes. Because Robin Harris, if you heckle him, he's going to hurt your damn feelings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Once again, I be sitting back peeping. Once again, he don't have a lot of material that he can still go back on because he passed away. But it goes to Robin Harris. He was a scorer. Like in the same
Yeah.
Bernie was just funny. Bernie pushed the envelope. He's told you how it is, how you
Mhm.
felt, and he talked about more of culture as well as he would talk shit about you. But he also that's what he also go like kind of uplift you and say he's joking with you at times. But he did not back down from certain things. So that's why I say I see it different. And with Dave Chappelle, he's a storyteller.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart's a storyteller too. But Dave Chappelle, he's like a Simpsons episode. He would start at the beginning with something, tell a whole bunch of other jokes and stuff in there, and he would circle all the way back around to the point he made at the very beginning. So that's
Mhm.
what I value about them as comedians, and it is deep. But I also say with Cat Williams is the 50 Cent of comedy. Stop me if I'm lying. The
I
thing
really thought
is,
I was the only person that thought he was the 50 Cent of
He is.
stand-up comedy.
because he's building this because of controversy.
Mhm.
Somebody said, like Shannon Sharp said, it's doing numbers left and right. And people are talking about you can learn from this. Same thing. People love controversy. If it wasn't controversy, would this conversation been as strong as it was? He
No.
named, and that's the thing. He built off controversy. He came, same thing 50 Cent came in. 50 Cent didn't come in just rapping. He came in dissing other people.
But not but. However,
Mhm.
he came. He did come into this situation of controversy. However, it's because he had been talked about previously, so he came in to address what was said.
No.
I'm gonna say, which,
Cat has been that way a long time.
that's what I'm saying.
He
Like
has. He has.
he's been a person who never bit his tongue, right? Like I think he's very similar to certain other people too, like some of the comedians who have passed. Right? Like he reminded me a lot of Charlie, right? Like Charlie used to say a lot. Charlie Murphy used to tell a lot of the industry stuff.
Stories.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of when he
But
was with his
okay,
brother.
so let's look at Cat Williams for who he is. Think about it. This man is 5'5", wears his hair a certain kind of way. I'm pretty sure people get their digs in on him. Is he going to be defensive? Absolutely. Absolutely. You know that there's chatter. You know when there's chatter about you. So he's going to be defensive. That's off the top.
So when you say defensive, I don't know the much chatter about him. From Cat
Yeah,
in the Hat.
you don't. We don't travel in those circles.
Yeah, and this thing, I
So
don't
we
want to
don't know
assume
why he would have his derriere on his shoulders, as my grandma would say.
Yeah, and that's what I said, Halo, and I don't want to assume either. That's something I really don't want to do. I don't want to assume. I don't think I can put on what I can see in front of me. So, for
But
instance,
what he was addressing in this,
uh-huh.
Cedric had come on there previously, and Steve had gone on there previously and said some things. So why would he not come out swinging?
What did Steve say?
Go back and watch.
So I know what Cedric said, but what did Steve say? No, I don't like Steve. Everything about I don't like Steve. I can tell you that.
Well, him and Steve got old beef. They have old beef when he was up and coming.
Like with the beef he had with Steve, that like, hey, that's granted. The beef he had with Cedric, okay, go ahead, do your work, Lo. We here. That can be granted. One thing I know, the beef he be having with Kevin Hart, I don't know why that's granted.
Yeah, honestly. I don't know what that's about.
And I've seen once again,
that's been a long beef though, and that's
Kevin,
been a long beef since Kevin Rose.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And Kevin didn't try to squash the beef. Let's be cool. Let's be friends. Let's work together. Like, and I was like, yo, once again, if you pass on something, you pass on something. But Kevin didn't bring up Cat. That's my thing.
He never did. He's tried to squash it a couple times, but he's also, I think the issue, Kevin has also come to the defense of other comedians that Cat has gone at, right? Like not just Tiffany.
Tiffany
right?
had his
like
little rail.
He went hard at Tiffany too, but outside of Tiffany, there's multiple comedians that like Kevin has tried to come to bat for on their behalf because of but Cat has said some stuff. And I think at the end of the day, what he has not done is dethrone, right? Like he has not put enough stuff out there about Kevin Hart or about certain people that has stopped them from getting money. Like, unfortunately, a lot that they have said about Cat has stopped Cat's money, but Cat has also stopped.
And I would say Cat has stopped Cat
money.
Yeah. To me, I would compare Cat to the male Monique. In the regards, I think the only difference between them two is being able to stand on what you say and not complain when your money is hit because of what you say. And I think that was the big difference between Cat and Monique, is because Monique complained. She threw jabs at the top people, but then she also got mad when it hit her pockets. Like, you can't throw jabs at the top and not expect them to blackball you.
Yeah.
Right? Like, not expect them to come after you and retaliate. Like, rather it's gatekeep, like they call it gatekeeping. But in reality, it's kind of weird because we the only people who look at it like gatekeeping. But we don't hear what happens on the other side when they do what they got to do. And in reality, like, even though we may feel gatekeeping, it's something else. And, we can go through that rabbit hole. But I think one of the challenges is Cat, like, he say he's cool with the fact that his money has been hit, or, he's had to walk away with that money. But you wouldn't keep throwing out numbers that you walked away if you was cool with walking away from them numbers.
Well, I think there's a little bit of envy there as well, because you have somebody like Kevin Hart that just came on the scene and boom, he's got all these deals and whatnot. And Cat has been out here and doesn't have that. And the same thing with Tiffany.
So I'm gonna say Cat.
So he's like,
both of them was on the scene
neck and neck. They came at the same time. I think the biggest difference is what Cat was willing to do and what Kevin was willing to do, and the teams they have behind them. Really, like, it's the machines you got behind you.
So Cat didn't lie, and Kevin would agree to him. Kevin had came out in the interview. Kevin came with, and he's embellished. He's embellished. That's what a lot of folks came out and said, yeah, you had, like, with even the Money Mike part with Ricky Smiley. Yeah. Even Ice Cube said, you didn't come up with you helped out the character, but Ricky Smiley did audition for the Money Mike character, but he was supposed to be like
audition. Like, everybody was auditioning for different parts.
But he didn't say that he didn't audition. He said that he kept telling everybody on the set, I should have gotten the part. That's what he said. He didn't say that he didn't audition. Go back and watch the video.
We know that.
When he said he didn't audition, but
no. She
never said he didn't audition. He said that he was on set saying that he should have gotten the part, and he was telling it to everybody. Everybody who would listen, he would tell him that should have been my part.
But when Cat was saying that but Money Mike was never him in the first place, it was always for Cat. That's what Cat was saying.
No, but Q actually came out and cleared that up.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Right.
Like, this is the business. Yeah, right. Everybody else, like, that's the business. You get 200 people for each individual role. Now, and it's up to me to choose who's the best person.
But Cat said that. He said that there were 200 or 300 other people that auditioned for the role.
Yeah.
He didn't say that he had the role. He never said that.
But he did say that he changed the role. And
he did say he wrote his part. That's what he said.
Yeah. Nah. He
didn't write his part.
He ad
He didn't write
libbed.
the part. He
He
ad-libbed,
said that
And that's what
he
Cube
said
said.
that
Hold on. Okay. Low.
I'm
I
in
heard
the
what you
break room.
It's okay.
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead,
say this
Low.
real quick. He said that he took the part as is, but he changed it because they tried to have him being raped in the bathroom, and he had a conference with Cube, and he allowed him to change certain narratives of his part. So that's why he said that Ricky Smiley that role could not have been his, or it would have had a whole different outcome.
But
He
when
said
Cube
because it was a comedy, and if you had added the rape, that would have triggered some things, and it wouldn't have been funny.
But do you believe when Cube said it was never supposed to have been a rape scene?
Yeah, Cube said that. He said,
I don't
"I would
believe
never
that.
eat." I do.
I don't
I
believe
don't
that
believe
from the
that
way.
And the only
because of
reason
the
why
I
I
don't
believe
believe it
acting
from
that
the
they
way
have.
from the way the movie was set up. I don't believe that.
Yes,
But
because the way the scene went down
2
in the
men in a
bathroom,
bathroom and
even
it was never a rape
even
scene. I don't believe that.
listen, Terry Crews role. Remember when he saw Money Mike come in, he got really aroused at the sight of him and followed him to the bathroom. And even I thought it was going to take a turn. I had my kids in the movie theater and made them put their head down because I didn't know where it was going.
But that's the
So I don't
thing.
believe
It could
that at
have.
all.
It could. And that's the thing. It still was in the movie. All those things happened.
It was inferred.
But why do we
inferred.
believe that
It was
Cat is
all
the person who
innuendo.
changed it, not that Cube and anyone else was changed it?
I believe Cube. And
Yeah,
the only reason, one of the reasons why I believe Cube is because if you look at Cube's history of his movies, he's never had certain type, he's had like insinuations of things, but it's never necessarily Cube and like
DJ Pooh, or whatever his name is. Yeah.
But
was it John Singleton?
They wrote Friday, right? Like in Friday, there were certain things that happened, like you never fully saw certain things happen. Like even when Debo was doing certain things to Felicia,
Ice Cube and DJ Pooh.
But like certain things that Debo was doing to Felicia, you never saw it. You would see the response of it. Like
the result. The result.
Yeah. Like the whole thing of Debo abusing Felicia, you never saw it on screen, but you see her show up with a black eye.
Yeah, it was the innuendo.
And then you see sister come at, her defense. But it was those type of things.
He was getting chased down too at the end of the movie too.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying the innuendo was there. To correct it, they added the ball grabbing scene.
And that's what I'm saying. And I see what you're saying, but once again, and I'm very balanced.
Funny part.
I'm very balanced, and I'm not saying once again I believe, but I don't believe that, especially when other people speak out, especially the director and the writer say it wasn't like that. It's finding balance and all. But when it comes down to, once again, with anybody, with Cat, everybody's not against you. I've learned from people that like if everybody's against you, that's a concern. And I know with a certain point, like with the Kings of Comedy, when it's going down for that, like especially we even said, what's the old boy name with the Steve Harvey? Did y'all just find out that he had a man piece on?
Why you put your hands like that? Why you put your hands like that?
Everybody
Why you put your hands like that, Drake?
Who was this?
I just found out that was the man piece.
I remember that years ago.
I found that out.
That was back in high school for me. We been knew that.
We been knew that. We been knew that. What was the
dyeing his hair, all of that.
I knew about the Steve Harvey. I knew about the Steve Harvey stuff for some time.
Mustache.
Yeah, hey, and once again, it's one thing. It's calling out, and it's controversy. That's the biggest thing about it. And controversy sells, unfortunately. That's like me. I don't like controversy. I like to have resolution to things, but I can't get mad at everybody. Like, and it's frustrating. I can say personally, but I ain't gonna knock like, what's old boy name? Shannon Sharp. He brought a controversial person on the show, and it got on views. He knows what people about. But he also was saying, you messing up my relationship to people. And if what I watched, I also saw some shots that Kevin gave to Shannon.
He didn't know it was gonna be controversial.
Exactly.
They knew that. He knew that. He set him up for that controversy.
But he didn't know how controversial it was. I promise you that.
Shannon did not know that.
Like, let's be real. You have a team behind you that's telling you, ask him about this person. Ask him about
the first
this person.
few times he couldn't even say shit.
Man, his
there
team
was
behind
an interview.
him.
There was an interview. That was a Katt Williams monologue.
Nah.
There was. That's anything. He got some people here and there.
For instance, I've had some people on my show. Okay, like if y'all, I've had some people on the show that they respond to the questions and we go for it. I've had some people on my show that like shit. They go off, and I'm like, okay,
right.
Do you think?
But you got people that come up there with an agenda anyway. Like like there's an agenda, and think about it.
Absolutely, he had an agenda.
Yeah.
They had conversations before they even aired. Like Shannon said, I should have been airing when he walked in the door because there was so much conversation that they were having. So by the time he done had liquor in his system, we done talked about all these people. Now I put a camera in front of you, and you somebody who got liquid juice in you. It's a wrap. Like, I'm gonna let you go. And then I'm gonna keep setting you up and keep asking you questions about specific people, knowing you're gonna shoot your shots. And so I think that's what he did. Like,
he asked some questions that once again, he asked some questions that didn't have to do nothing with nobody.
Nobody, because he was like,
he'll pull out.
Yeah,
he put this one
earthquake. Right. Shannon didn't know what to do with that. He wasn't expecting that.
That's my point. Like, if you ask a specific question, I agree with you. But if I'm talking about, man, what's your favorite ice cream? Man, fuck that nigga Master P. What?
Right.
Where did that come from?
Like, it was just outlandish. Like, what are you doing, sir?
Sorry, YouTube. I forgot I was streaming to y'all. Hey, this is a family-friendly platform. But the thing is, once again, I think it was a great. It was a good conversation, but controversy sells. What's one of the biggest things about it too. And my thing is a lot of people responding back and forth. Even the thing about, I have a big draw line when you talk about people's wives. That's why y'all don't be seeing mine a lot. If something happened like that, you can talk about me all day. Okay.
Nah, he took it. He took it there.
Took Denny though.
When I tell you I was in here screaming, I said, "Oh no, Katt, no."
And the thing is, Katt, like his history, like I've never seen any of his baby mamas or the women he with, And the thing is, once again, he played a dirty game, and a lot of people saying you play that dirty game, you'll get you roll around with the pigs, you'll get wet, muddy. And
you best believe, folks, is
that's why I was wondering.
Like, you just haven't seen them yet.
That's why I was wondering, like, what all does he know to be able to get away with that? And still, nobody really has put him against the wall.
Well, except for that teenager, but
right.
He got put against the wall even with old girl. Like he even talked about it. The old girl husband whipped out that 45 on him. He done been in some compromised situations.
Yeah.
No. I'm talking about from this interview.
Give it time. Like it's been 7 days. That's unfortunate. I don't wish nothing on him, but
I think that a lot of them didn't know that he goes to their shows. Y'all know that, right?
I don't think a lot of people worried about it either.
Yeah, don't nobody care, but he
and that's the problem. They don't worry about it.
If you heard what he said, he
instance,
also said he paid for information.
For instance, if I'm out here working, because there's people out here that don't like me, okay, for whatever their reason, am I gonna stop doing what I'm doing for somebody that don't like me? Am I also to be looking over my shoulder left and right? Especially if I'm getting
absolutely not.
And unfortunately, like, why are you so focused on me and what I'm doing instead of what your craft is? That's the thing about, like, and that's why I say if I'm like even
that's the
Kevin,
same question he asked.
And that's the thing, when I was even thinking about with Kevin, I'm like, man, why are you still mad at Kevin? Because if Kevin tell you, like, Kevin was agreeing
like that is his career. He was supposed to have that
but
career.
Kevin said it, you passed on it. And you said it, you passed on it. You didn't want to, and like I said, if we go back to that dress thing, like we talk about integrity, like my thing is y'all so mad about the dress, but you play a pimp that abuse women.
But that's like, better than the dress, right?
Like I said, where do we like?
Better than the dress.
Yeah.
Like we choose what integrity is to each person with society standards.
Right.
Yeah.
But and once again, I'm not knocking him for doing it. I'm not knocking them for wearing their dresses as well. But it's like, man, it's like how we go shame each other for what we doing.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I'm a big focus on is the shaming of each other, especially, and you say forget black and white. Okay, like if we forgetting black and white, we got to include every other white. Talk about some of these white folks that's comedians and things of that nature. I think Jim Carrey is one of the best comedians out here. Maybe not stand up, but he's a funny individual, and he's a talented individual. And the thing is, it's like, why are we holding ourselves back when it comes to quote unquote entertainment? Why do we nitpick about certain things too? And like it was the point that like, oh, Dave Chappelle never wore a dress. People putting up pictures of Dave Chappelle in a dress now.
There was a reason why he walked away from his show. Right? Like Dave Chappelle talked about one of the reasons why he walked away from his show, because he felt like it was getting more and more closer to him selling his soul.
And they were stealing it. They were stealing from him too. That's the other thing too.
They were also
when they said a couple other things, and they had his name blocked down.
Wait, hold on. Jim Carrey, I disagree. What do we disagree about Jim Carrey? About being a great, funny, talented?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
What?
Don't do it.
My God.
Did you grow up in the
Ace Ventura?
Right. I'm like, did you grow up in the
Mask
of In Living Color? Like,
then when he flipped it on us, and like it was funny, but it's still mellow, the comedy dramatic of the Truman Show.
I'm sorry, I have not watched anything that made me laugh harder than Dumb and Dumber.
I didn't even think about Dumb and Dumber.
Okay, I'll give you that one. I'll give you those. I'll give you Dumb and Dumber. I'll give you that.
From the moment it started till it ended, I laughed.
Look, I'm just laughing just thinking about
that. That was just damn ridiculous. The damn bird head fell off. It was too much. It was too much.
Like
I go back to Jim Carrey in Living Color when he first came on the scene. Everything he did in Living Color.
Let me show you something.
Made it worthwhile to watch a whole movie of him.
Everybody references Fire Marshal Bill, but Vera Costa was crazy.
When he played the barge, I forget which the barge he played. Hilarious.
Oh my God.
Hey Christian. Okay. Hey y'all, YouTube, it's been fun. We about to jump off of this thing. Sorry for y'all hearing all that in my sinuses. I'm still recovering. Give me another week. I'll be back to it. But we have a new episode out right now. We appreciate y'all support. We appreciate y'all love.